Last year's American League home run champion, Jim Rice, is ahead of the pack this year in both home runs and RBI. But they're used to cheering the long ball at Fenway. Sox sluggers led the majors in homers last year. But
the great thing about Rice is that he has such good power hitting at any place that if he hits it solid, something's going to happen big. And he's an intelligent guy that is really striving to get everything he can out of this game. I mean, you can only say good things about Rice.
The Gillette Company honors Jim Rice with this week's Gillette Special. In 9 games, the Boston Slugger hit .556, collecting 20 hits, including 5 homers, 17 RBIs, and lifting his batting average to .379 for the year. He even had to overcome a Kansas City shift, featuring 4 outfielders. Jim Rice of the Boston Red Sox.
That's a hard thing to sometimes for them to say, well, I'm not going to try to pull the ball. But he does that naturally.
And just like Ted Williams, Jim Rice just naturally hits home runs. Of course, you can beat any shift with a homer, even with 9 men in the outfield. Perhaps the next shift will put an outfielder atop Fenway's Green Monster. But when you hit the ball far enough, defense becomes academic. And Jim Rice does that a lot, even when hitting to the opposite field. But the Tigers have muscles to flex. And if Jim Rice had sympathy for pitchers, he'd be out of work. 10th inning, scored tied, going, it's gone. And that beat the Tigers. Gave Rice 18 homers for the year, 50 runs batted in. It put the Boston Slugger slightly ahead of the home run pace of Babe Ruth and Roger Maris. Kept the Red Sox slightly ahead of the equally hot pace of their main adversary, the new slugger, Jim Rice. Smashed home run number 23. It soared way over the deep right center field fence.
Then Red Sox power asserted itself as Jim Rice slammed the first of 2 home runs, his 35th and 36th, to give Boston a seemingly comfortable 5-2 lead. Jim Rice blasted home run number 37 into the seats in dead center field to put the Red Sox back on top, and they went on to salvage the final game of the series 11-6.
Jim Rice rounds out the trio of Red Sox. Rice had begun to heat up after a tough start, but then a fractured wrist put him on the disabled list. Men like Milwaukee's Ben Ogilvy should compensate for the loss of Rice's power. Jim Rice reached a milestone in a game against Milwaukee, hammering career homer number 300. It was the 24th homer this year for 31-year-old Rice.
Getting to the ball much easier than he was a year ago.
Hits this one deep to left field, way back, goodbye, home run, over the wall, over the screen onto Lansdowne. It's 4-0. Wow.
So that looked like Jim Rice of about 8 or 9 years ago. Tremendous. Last year he wasn't getting to that inside fastball. Now he's got some bat speed. He's got those hands a little bit higher. There's his 3rd home run, 13th RBI on the season. And he is coming on like gangbusters. Well, let's take a look at it. It's like a fastball. Inner half of the plate. See how he got his hands in there so quickly? He wasn't able to do that last year, and this ball is just crushed into the night, over the screen in left field, over the monster. It is gone. And after that walk, Jeff Torberg is taking that slow stroll out to the mound, and Jim Ed
pulls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There goes a long shot to left field. This game is tied up. Jim Rice, a homer over everything. It is 3-3. The boos turn to cheers as Rice ties up the game, 2 outs in the 9th. Oh, man. Long gone, deep left field, and a screener for a home run. Jim Rice with the homer makes it 6-3. Number 4 for Rice. And a long time since one other one went out. Boy, that has got to feel good to Rice, who has been struggling in this series.
One too many curveballs.